Hello, this is Mick Bona, and today I would like to focus on the first step, one of the core concepts that I would like to start with, and the concept about what is the purpose of business. The purpose of business is to actually create a customer. If you think about it on a high level, a lot of the times when we think about the purpose of business, we think that the business exists to create profit and revenue. Yes, profit and revenue is important, and it is important to have those in order for company to develop and grow. However, that's not really the purpose of business. The purpose of business is to create a customer. So the first time I've heard about this concept was from Peter Drucker. He talks about creating a customer, and why I like it more than finding a customer or any other option is that creating a customer means that you're not just creating something that the customer wants, but you're creating a demand. What it means is that by creating a customer that might have that problem previously that you were trying to solve with your product, but that problem becomes only valuable for the company when you have a solution to the problem, and that solution pulls and creates demand from customers to actually buy your product. So that's an important distinction, and I think it's important at the beginning to realize that the purpose of business is not about the profit. It's not about the revenue, but essentially about creating a customer. It's about discovering the problem that they have. It's about discovering the need or discovering the value they could be, but also to communicate certain values and sort of needs that the customer may be attracted to, and creating the demand. So the customer is not created until the customer actually seeks to solve their problem, actually seeks to buy the product, actually seeks to buy the services or use those services. So I think it's important because what it does is creates an environment where go-to-market teams are focusing not just on the need on the customer, but also on creating the demand that pulls customers toward the product and services. Let me see if I really also wanted to highlight the interesting, one of my favorite quotes in marketing by David Parker, the founder of Hewlett Packard. Marketing is too important to be left for marketing people. What he actually implies in one of his memos back in the day said that marketing is not just a function isolated for the marketing. Marketing, it's about understanding the customers, understanding the market, and every single person, if not every single, but large majority of functions and people in the company are actually dealing with marketing because they are reflecting the needs of the customer. I also wanted to highlight one of my favorite quotes from a leadership from Bill Walsh. He used to be a San Francisco 49ers football coach, who said that the score take care of itself. He has a book that actually named this way: the score takes care of itself. And what it means is that if you take care of everything that you need to do in the football, like tackling, passing, defense, offense, special teams, you'll find a way to win, and you shouldn't be worried about the score. So that is this type of analogy could be applied for go-to-market strategy as well, and specifically for creating a customer, because what happens is that if you the profit will take care, to paraphrase, and revenue will take care of yourself if you focus on creating the customer and really serving customer needs. And I think that part is extremely important to understand. So I also want to touch base on this idea of that we listen to the customers, and we always have to listen to the customers. And there's a lot of discussion. I've been in the startup and in the business world for quite a while now. Whether do you listen to the customers, do you don't listen to the customers? We know the famous quote for Steve Jobs that the customers don't know what they need, and you have this famous quote by Henry Ford who said that if I really wanted to build what customer wanted, I would build a faster horse, not a team model. And there is other sort of philosophical approach where we have to listen to the customers. Customers always right. They'll tell you what they need. However, I think the truth is somewhere in between, because what it is important for go-to-market strategy, for marketers, for products, for companies to understand the customer needs, maybe understand their problems, but you do that through understanding their situation, the context. But your customers cannot tell you what to build. It's for you as an organization, as go-to-market team, or the product manager, the marketer, or a salesperson, to understand how to solve the problem. Don't expect the customer to tell you, okay, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. They'll be too easy. And sometimes they can actually be misleading. The customer does not necessarily understand how to better solve their problems. At some point, they don't even understand that they have a problem and how to describe the problem and what the context of the problem actually is. So for the go-to-market teams, it's important to look into understanding the concept and how the customer operates, what the problem is. But it's on you to create the product. It's on you to try different services, different elements of the products and features to figure out what is the best way to solve this problem in this particular context for this particular customer segment. So in summary, the purpose of business is to create a customer and not to generate revenue. So the companies must focus on generating market demand, because demand is what creates a customer, and then everything else comes with it, the profit and the revenue. And I want you to live with this concept. I know it seems very basic, but it is important to understand for the go-to-market teams, because it is not about finding the customer. It's not just to find the people. It's about creating the customer, because very often new technologies, new products require us to convince customers that they want to use it, because not everything is solving a problem, right? Like nobody was solving the problem with Facebook or Instagram. It's a different value. So to create a customer, you have to convince them to use the product because they can get something out of it. So the purpose of business is not profit and revenue, but it is to create a customer. Thank you. And next time we're going to talk more about core concept of go-to-market strategy. Thank you.